Oh, okay.
All right, there we go. Good evening, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving week. Gotham After Dark. I am DM Discussion. We have Crimson Sage, Fortune Teller, Twitch, and Noctum. And, of course. Anyway, you guys are currently separated with Crimson Sage and Fortune Teller. They're at a pseudo combat zone, and Noctum, Emerald, and Twitch are at the penthouse with Twitch and Emerald decontaminating and Noctum having a conversation with the United States government, trying to get a hold of Colonel Tromwell, excuse me, but he is currently unavailable, and trying to negotiate whether or not he can deliver unto them the two captured people, such as they are, that are trapped in his void right now. So let's come back to again. We're going to come back to Twitch and Emerald. The decontamination process has already completed. You have officially been termed cleared. So Emerald's going to need to make an insanity roll, as he had been triggered, or she had been triggered by the last event to happen with the person that you guys had rescued transmuting again into one of those creatures. And in his presence, and with Noctum coming in, using his teleport to save the day and pulling him into the void as he was in mid-transformation. Now, the thing that you being the three of you, had taken note of is the ability of the thing to communicate, even though it seemed like it's being ripped apart from the inside. With with an evil, with a sick, twisted smile on its face, as it interrupted Noctum's countdown before he pulled it into the void, and Emerald had lowered his force field. All right, so let's start with Twitch. Walk me through where you are right now. Excuse me. I think you're on mute.
I'm putting my gear back on after the decom.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what I can do to help Sage.
Okay, well, you're aware of the situation with Sage, where he is requesting that fortune tellers. You call it a costume, but yeah, his plague doctor's outfit be delivered to him. I don't think he gave you a detailed explanation as to why, just that he needed it and where his location was.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna do then. As soon as I get all my gear on, double check my ammo, make sure I got my pistol, and then go grab his outfit.
So your tank is going to be offline for. I mean, it suffered superficial damage to some secondary systems, so it's still operational. But let's just say it's at 86% operating efficiency.
All right.
So you can do that or use one of the company vehicles. But those are terrestrial, and you would have to go through traffic.
How far is he from us?
They're down in the teens. So from where you are, it's going to be quite a drive, and it's around 6 a.m. So you're just starting to see the traffic build up for rush hour.
As I'm getting my stuff together and throwing everything on, trying to collect this guy's stuff, I ask over comms, do we have a gyrocopter?
I'm assuming you mean helicopter in this world's terms.
Well, it's a
Gyrocopter
gyrocopter,
is the
so it's
equivalent of a
smaller.
helicopter, or smaller.
Yeah, yeah, it's a smaller one. It's
That's
like
a
two
one
seater.
man. Oh, okay, I have to look that up. I think I know what you're talking about, but okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to tell me if it's on your list.
We've got fleet vehicles.
Yes.
So
Where's that at, Mike? And it's in Discord. You have the information in Discord, right?
Yep, there's a PDF in Discord.
Which which one is it? Character sheets.
Yeah, character sheets, Helios organization and base.
There you go. There you go. Yep.
So one that would be for this era for our time frame. I guess it looks something like this. You see. Put it in Discord real quick. This is what I'm at.
Are you throwing it in
This
the
is what
peanut
it-
gallery or in game? Oh, I see what you're saying.
So it'll be like that for us. I mean, it's where I come from is a lot more fancy, but
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna
something
go out
like
on a
that.
limb and say that this particular facility doesn't have something like that. But you guys confirm as quickly as you can. All right. So Emerald, while you're looking as well, can you please make an insanity roll?
What is that? D20 or D or 10 or the
It is
D10?
a
200.
it is a D20.
What do I need to get above?
Hold on, please. Wait, is it a? It's a 12 or better.
Okay.
Plus any
What
mental
bonus?
mental endurance, or
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
any bonuses for power, skills, or attributes.
Did they change the way this looks?
You're talking about roll 20?
Yes, they
Yeah,
did.
they did make an update.
Is that why you guys couldn't see anything yesterday, Mike?
No, that wasn't why.
I must have to figure that out. All right, thank you.
Miss something?
19. Wait, is that right?
Nope.
No, it says 6.
You, 6.
What's that?
Yeah. I don't know where you got the 19 from, but no.
I was looking at something else. Sorry. What?
Okay.
19.
So you have developed a PTSD and insanity, and it's going to be triggered. It's going to be triggered at my discretion, or
Wow, the DM special.
and or at your discretion, based on what you think Emerald would be. What would be a triggering event, considering all the triggering events that you've had have been consistent in their pattern. That's how I'll term it. So walk me through where Emerald is right now. Outside of in a fetal position, sucking on the thumb.
So she would come out of the shower, right? But what she would do is she has special assistants to provide her, a robe or something from her living quarters, and then she would adjourn to her bedroom. And what time is it in the morning?
6 a.m. Sun's coming up over the horizon. You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Said, is it coming over now? You said,
Yeah. It's the sky's lit. I mean, you're in a penthouse, so it's basically lighting up everything. You can see it clear as day.
I'm going to go to my wardrobe and get another uniform. Have the other uniform I had earlier get basically trashed. Going to replace my uniform
Yeah, you're too far away from your microphone.
I'm gonna basically get. I'm basically going to get a, get another uniform.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna trash my uniform that I had to get out of, and then once I do that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the roof of the penthouse, and I'm going to fly up casually and just basically start soaking in some solar energy for a little while,
Okay.
for about 5-10 minutes to just rejuvenate.
Okay. After that,
And then I'm going to come back and adjourn with the team and uh, basically have us do a post mortem on all the activities that have happened.
okay. So that would preclude Twitch leaving, considering he's looking for a gyrocopter or a mini helicopter,
Well,
and
he would
you guys.
he would have all the information that of what vehicles we have here. So
Okay.
we do have a gyrocopter because we also have a helipad.
Well, do you?
We have a gyrocopter. I'm
Yeah,
taking that shit then.
We would have a standard helicopter.
yeah.
A
Well,
helicopter.
yeah, we
All
have.
vehicles are the all the vehicles are the most common and cheapest kind available.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
Well,
right.
yes,
So,
it would be a gyrocopter, which is a smaller copter, but helicopter for sure. We definitely would have that because I do fly, I do pilot, so I would have a helicopter with it for sure.
So there is one tethered to the roof.
Yes.
Um, there's your answer, Twitch. But let's go through the postmortem really quickly. And you're still waiting on word Noctum, so none has been has come back. You just hung up with the army base no more than
Right.
10 minutes after these two showed up.
Okay.
like I said, I'm running around gathering this guy's clothes.
All right. So diagnostics finished. So
Oh yeah, I gave you the diagnostics.
yeah, I just
Yes.
want to make sure there's nothing else.
Nope. Nothing else.
All right. See if I can our communication setup. We have access, satellite access. Yes, we do. We have a satellite network. I want to take a look at the area that Crimson Sage was saying he's at.
Okay. From the aerial view, you do see the hole or pseudo crater that's at the uh, westernmost portion of the intersection. So not completely in the center of the intersection, but just as the street goes into the intersection, there's a huge hole. There was, you can see cars that have fallen in. You don't necessarily see Crimson Sage or Fortune Teller, but there's a gathering crowd. There's police vehicles that have arrived on scene, and that is essentially what it only serves to confirm their report.
Okay. Um, and we have no definitive description of the
Of what it is, no,
what the thing is.
no,
Right.
yeah, just the sinkhole.
Okay. I will put through an anonymous message that event is suspected to be caused by a super operating within the sewer system.
Lou, I did give a description over comms.
Your description was not a description. It was just what you said. Your description was
What I
loosely
saw.
based on what you saw. Yeah, but they're not. They wouldn't see that from a satellite image.
Oh no, I'm just letting you know. Okay.
Well, I gather up I gather up the rest of this stuff. So that's the fastest way to get to where they're at. So I could bring him his outfit.
There's nowhere to land. You can land in the intersection, but it would put you dangerously close to that sinkhole. If you're landing anywhere near them. The only other place would be the heliport, which is
too far.
Well, relative.
Do we have a?
Yeah, relative to where they are. Yeah, it's a little far.
Can I just get the co-pilot to take over and I can just rappel down?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Knock them, Emerald. Anything special you want to do before I move on?
Yeah. So I was saying that I want to take a look at the satellite feed. After taking a look at it to see what the area looks like, I would PD that there is a noted super threat operating within the sewer system.
Who are you doing that to?
Anonymous tip.
Do you call them like Crime Stoppers?
John Wolf.
I'm not being funny. I'm actually curious as to.
You know what? No, I'll do
calling.
one better. I'll do one. Yeah, fuck it. Crime Stoppers. Yes. Superhuman threat operating within the sewers of the area.
Okay.
Still attacking others. Some kind of water creature.
All right. So, obviously, the person on the other end is gonna pseudo dismissive because it's anonymous. You won't give your name, and it's like, all right, we'll take a look. Thank you. Click. Nah.
Of course.
I saw a crazy thing. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, it's literally at the site where they're going to right now. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. New York tax dollars, hard at work.
This is well, you can imagine how many crazy people call Crime Stoppers just to report anything. But okay, that's fine. That's what you did. Emerald, walk me through what you're doing before I go to the other two.
I'm going to check on. Well, I'm going to check on what else the staff has found out regarding. Well, first of all, my question is, who did we find? I don't think I got that information. Who did we actually find that we the victim? Who was the name of the victim in town? I don't think I got that information.
Yeah, he would know. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I care just enough to rescue them.
No, I'm asking the GM like which.
Very nice. I only give a shit enough for that.
Which
It gave me the ability to ramp through a building. That's all I cared about.
Nice.
No, which victim was it that we found?
It was a male. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I couldn't really tell you. You saw him? No, he was there. She was there. She saw who it was.
Yeah, because I put him in the thing, but I just wanted. I gotta look at my notes. Hold on. Where did I put my notes?
Well, we're waiting for a certain voiceover to let us know because.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. It wasn't a kid from. It wasn't the Starkwell kid. That's for sure.
Right. Wait, let me find my notes.
It wasn't the Stockwell boy?
No.
That's the corporal dude, right?
Correct.
All right. No. Okay. No.
Where's my? There you go.
Well, there's only one other male, right? No, there's four of them. We found two.
Three
so we got
males.
A chicken and boy.
3 males and a female. Yeah.
All right. So it's one of the other two.
Okay, so Lucas, Ava, Ethan. Is this Ethan?
It is, in fact, Ethan, yes.
So, son of Jonathan and Olivia. Okay. It's owners of Sentinel Industries. What does Sentinel Industries do specifically?
The security company.
Security company? Okay.
I believe they're security, right? The security and
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I have my team. No, it's probably better come from me. I'm gonna contact David,
Mm-hmm.
the deputy mayor. I'm gonna just I guess I'll just shoot him a text, and say, found one of the victims. Contact me, um, ASAP. Since he wants to be in the know and he doesn't want to be blindsided by anything that we do.
Yep.
Uh, so that's one of the first things I do. Um, you said that Twitch is gonna take the helicopter and go somewhere.
He's going to the scene. The one of
I gotta
the
bring.
what do you fortune teller's outfit. I apologize.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So you okay? Gotcha. Um,
And since I can't land, I'm gonna just repel.
do you need help flying the helicopter? I can fly the helicopter.
Yeah, you can hold it steady while I repel down.
All right.
you
So I'm gonna.
have a pilot on staff, so
Oh, that's right. Right. Okay. So
So just come with me because it might be one of those monsters.
yeah, I'll still come with you. We seem to be a good team. Even though I got scared the shit out of again.
Uh, you seem like you did all right. I mean, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
You could have had to change your diaper or something.
With the sun coming up, I'll be at full strength, so I might be able to handle things a little better. So I'll come with you.
okay. Back to Sage and Fortune Teller. Fortune Teller. The scene as I described it hasn't necessarily changed, only in that there is now a crowd that's gathered around the site itself. Not like standing directly over it, but definitely obstructing your view from the street level.
How close is Sage to me?
That's up to him, because he was
Can I
he
see
was
him?
he was going. Well, let Sage tell us where you are, and then you can let me know if your fortune teller's within speaking distance.
All right. After I drop them off, and I see that from the vantage point that I'm at, I can't get a clear view of what it is in the crater.
No.
I'm maneuvering myself to an optimal position to take in the entire scene, meaning above and in the crater itself, so I can get a view of what this creature is. Over the comms, I tell Twitch, I understand you're telling me to go inside the store, but what you do not comprehend is that this thing is practically intangible. It's like trying to hold water in my hands, which literally that's what it is. So there's no way I can go in and pull this thing out. And attacking it in its element is of no use. It'll be wasted effort. I'll just be tiring myself out without any success. However, we can't leave this scene with all these people are in the area. It's just too high a risk. So, I mean, unless you guys can come up with a better suggestion, eventually I'm gonna end up having to tangle with this thing.
Sage.
I'm heading over there now with the clothes.
All right, that'll help, because then that'll bring back what you call it.
Sage.
That'll bring back Fortune Teller back into action. Right now, he's unable to really be in much effort without that costume.
Sage.
You're right there. You could talk to me normally.
I didn't know
No,
if you
you
were.
you said you were going to a higher vantage point. He's not following you.
No, 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 no. I'm going to a vantage point, but I'm not. How far is it? How far do I need to move away from him? Is it going to be away from speaking distance?
So, for instance, where you left him was just inside the building that you guys broke into in order for him to get out of the sun. For you to go to a vantage point, you'd have to go up, not out, but up.
Anyway,
And
Lou, I'm
Okay.
talking through the comms.
All right. So,
okay,
yeah, go.
And go
Stay.
ahead, go.
You have to get those people away. You have to evacuate them. They are in extreme danger. It is very close to the hole. I do not think it will leave, but I am telling you they are in extreme danger.
I know this.
Once I get my suit, I will help you. I will assist.
I know this, but we're only two people.
No, as we're flying over there and I got his stuff together and stuff.
Mhm.
I'm going through the gear that's there. I'm gonna grab a camera and link it to my suit,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start testing it. And I'm gonna call knock I call knock them to see if he can see what I can see. I'm checking, doing the count check and checking the camera and everything. See if we can see everything I can see.
Okay.
So, Lou,
Yep.
I'm going to do the spatial awareness. I'm going to take the two actions because I'm assuming
What's the distance?
it's the immediate area. So as far as I can see, that's what I can intake.
Mm,
The greater the detail, the harder it is for me to remember. That's pretty much the only thing that's with it.
okay.
You can read it up if you want to. Let me see if I can get it.
Well, I mean, it's a very loose and subjective interpretation.
Like
So-
I said, I'm going to clip it and then I'm going to send it to you.
I was the one that sent it to you, so I know what you're talking about. Like I said, it's a very generic and very.
Yeah, it does. Yes, you can see it doesn't have any distance in it.
Mhm.
So
Okay. So specifically, what are you doing?
okay, specifically, in order to be able to maintain my advantage while I'm up here, I'm surveying the entire area, looking for any civilians that may be in immediate danger. Looking to see how much time I may have before this crater keeps expanding, if it's going to expand. How critical a threat is it to the buildings in that corner, in that intersection?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I'm trying to get a visual of that thing in the crater.
Okay. This is going to be a combination of skills that you would need to have in order to be able to accomplish all of those things. One is engineering. You're going to need some advanced mathematics to come up with a formula, to come up with the math in your head to be able to determine whether or not any of this stuff is structurally unstable. There's a lot that goes into what you're just saying. Everything else is just speculation.
All right. So, advanced mathematics I have. I also have urban survival. Will that work?
No. So,
Because I know for a fact I don't have engineering.
okay. Which is fine. I mean, if you don't have it, you don't have it. The hole itself doesn't seem to be expanding, except there are chunks every once in a while that are falling. You know, like they were loose to begin with. Loose pieces of asphalt that are falling in. No other cars. The hole doesn't seem to be expanding, but there is the water level is rising. That you can see.
Okay. From what I can see, how fast will it be at the surface?
Best guess, maybe about 2-3 minutes. At the rate that it's rising.
All right. So
It's almost as if it's a slow motion water main break. You know, a water main break for the city would immediately flood. But this is just, it seems to be like a pool that's rising to the surface. With
So,
with
fortune
no
teller.
real current pushing it.
Fortune teller, how much time do you assume is going to be it's going to take for this thing to maneuver again freely?
Lou, how long has it been?
For the whole time, maybe about 4 or 5 minutes.
You have 5 minutes, the most. But it didn't take full effect when I tried to paralyze it. So I don't know exactly. This is just a guesstimation.
You're sounding less
Okay.
Jamaican. Very good.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break the immersion. Go ahead.
Okay, so really, all right. So can I get a view? Well, I get a view of this pool of water coming up to the surface.
Yeah, that's what you can see. You
Okay,
can't
now
you can't
is
necessarily
the water,
see what your enemy. Let's just call it the enemy. You can't see the enemy from your vantage point. It was further down the tunnel than the collapse allowed you to see. So when it was shooting wildly, it collapsed the space between it and Fortune Teller. That's part of the ceiling of that tunnel that took the most damage, which caused the collapse.
okay, so taking a look at where the strikes were
Mhm.
and how far apart they are.
There's no way to do that because the ceiling, in other words, the street collapse eliminated where those strikes came from.
Yeah, but I'm looking for the spots where it hit that made the street to collapse. You understand what I'm saying? There should be some type of um, spider web kind of effect and hitting. You understand what I'm saying? Like when the bullet hits a wall.
So you mean like when the cracks spread out?
Yeah, and then take a look at those whatever ones I can find
Mhm.
from the wild shots, and then make it the best guess possible from my experience at archery and throwing to determine more or less where this thing might be.
You guess you guess it's between 50 to 75 feet from the entrance from the farthest the topmost section of the hole.
How big is the hole?
It expands about 15 feet wide. That's that's big enough to swallow a car.
Yeah,
15
definitely.
15 to 20 feet. It's
Just
not it's not a straight it's not a perfect circle. So at its widest point, you're talking about 22 feet.
okay, so 22 feet. So it's about 50 feet from that hole
Mm-hmm. 50 to
inside.
75.
What's in the area in that distance? Like any sewer caps? Um,
There's one at the intersection, but that's it. And any others were a part of the rubble, a part of the cave-in.
okay. Uh, so there's none near it where it would be.
There's the one you came out of. And that one is directly below your building. It's like you came up and immediately were able to run into the alley in order to break into the building. So the length of the crater, the length of the sinkhole, it's about 30 feet. So at its widest is 20. At the entire length is 30 feet. The sewer entrance or the egress that you came from is at the bottom half. So 30. It's at the bottom half of that sinkhole. So then you have 30 feet to get to the other end of the sinkhole, and then from that point You're talking about 50 to 75 feet. You guesstimate as to where it is. So all told, max 85 to 115 feet.
Now the water is encompassing this entire area, right?
In the sinkhole, yes.
In the sinkhole. And how far a drop is the sinkhole?
From the street,
Yeah, the empty space towards the bottom of that area
okay.
where
You're talking about
for-
maybe about 15 to 20 feet, give or take.
so 30 feet by 15 or 20 feet by 50 feet. So that's a cubic area of what? 750 times 30, 2,200 feet approximately.
What are you calculating? I'm curious.
How much water there is?
Oh, okay. The volume of water?
The volume of water,
Okay.
yeah.
You do that. I'm not doing that.
Based on the numbers you gave me. So so I on comms, Twitch. Listen, I know that Noctum warned against flash freezing this thing, but I'd rather beg for forgiveness than ask for permission at this point. Because otherwise, if this thing comes back to full capacity, we're talking about 2,200 cubic feet of water that it has at its disposal, and not to mention anything else, any other water that's going to be supplying its ability. And right now, there's no direct civilians involved, but if it continues to attack, this street is not going to hold up too much longer. So, like I said, unless you guys have another suggestion, I'm all ears.
You're still on mute, Twitch.
How long does it take us to get there? How long is it going to take us to get there?
About a minute and a half.
About a minute and a half?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Emmy. Emerald.
Yes.
We're going to get there about a minute and a half.
Okay.
Fortune teller, you said we have 5 minutes before it goes back to full force?
Yep, approximately.
So what I'm going to do is this. Go into the hole with me so we can see it. So
Okay.
if we can get a good visual of it, I got a cam. I can show Noctum. And if he can between me and you with the light, and we can pinpoint where it is, maybe Nock can grab it.
All right.
Is that okay with you, Nock? You think you can do that?
Lou, am I hearing all this?
Yeah, it's over
Yeah.
comms.
Oh, okay. So instead of you having a rappel down, I could fly down in my solid form.
Follow me down into the hole and illuminate. I have a cam, so I can show Noctum where it is, and if it's viable, he can come in and grab it. Because I'll be in this place, he can see where we are, so he can teleport to us.
Actually, if you guys do that, you can you have the ability to control the spectrum, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. So then what you want to do is you want to use a spectrum that can illuminate its translucentness. Because right now it's faint. But if with your light you can actually amplify its translucentness, you'll get a pinpoint location of where it is, according to what fortune teller saw.
Okay.
Make sure you have a force field.
That's what I was gonna do. What I was gonna say was, when I fly us down, I will I will have a protective force field on myself, and as well as you, Twitch, right? Because I'm not going to be able to transform into light while we're flying down, but I can still have a light aura around us when we fly in. So I'll still be able to use my light powers.
Okay.
We'll be protected. So, but you're going to have to stay close to me, so that way I can keep the shield on you.
I know. You stay close to me because I'll be repelling.
Lou?
No, you don't have to repel. I can fly us down.
Oh, you can fly us down? Okay, I'll stay with you.
I can
All right, Lou.
in solid form.
I'm getting the visual that Twitch is sending.
Yeah, you will once he arrives on scene.
Okay.
Hey Lou, just to let you know, I rolled for heal 149. I don't know how much damage the sun did to me, but
How much ISP did that?
oh no, that's natural.
All right, you die first.
Damn, I wish I had a power like that.
That's regeneration.
Holy shit.
Well, five is 2d6 per melee. It was 5 minutes, so
Okay. The boy can do math. Wow. How much he's
Well,
grown.
yeah, he had plenty of time to use the calculator. So
no, I didn't use a calculator. You see, why you say things while we're on?
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so um
What before they arrive? Are you doing anything else, Crimson Sage? And
is
describe
there
describe for me where you are right now.
okay, well that would be up to you. Where would be the best vantage point?
Best
According to
vent.
the way you describe the scene,
Mhm.
where would I be exactly?
You would have to be
How
on the
far
on the
from
roof of
Fortune
this.
Teller?
You would have to be on the roof of this building to get that kind of a vantage point.
Okay, so I'm at the roof of the north, south, east, or west building. Which one? Because
From
remember, we're in the intersection.
Okay, so there's buildings of varying heights. The one that you're in is a 3-story brownstone. The adjoining building to your right is a 6-story walk up. So for you to get to that would be the most ideal vantage point, obviously, because you would have a bigger, you would have the height advantage of being able to see the entire street. But from that 3-story building, you have a direct line of sight to it up to a certain point where the building to your right doesn't impair your field of vision.
Okay. So my next thing is going to be looking for any civilians.
There's plenty of
Um,
civilians.
no,
You
no, no,
asked,
no, no.
what do you mean?
I'm looking for civilians that may be in the immediate impact of danger.
All right, again, that's subjective. I can tell you exactly how many people, approximately how many people are there. There's approximately 30 to 40 people. That includes at least four squad cars with approximately 6 officers that are trying to create a perimeter away from this thing. So there are
Alright, so
people
no
lining
one's
up. There's
being in that
people
perimeter.
across the street. There are people that are on both sides of the actual hole, right? So they're on the sidewalks on both sides, lining up the street. There's a convenience store at the corner, the far north corner from where you're positioned. So it would be the northwest corner of that intersection. Okay, the far northwest corner of across the intersection for the across the road from the intersection itself. Across the street from where you are at the corner is where the convenience store is. There are people there. There are people that are directly below you, lining the streets, and to a point where you would have to look over the edge and across in order to be able to get a gauge of how many people are on this side of the street on your right.
Okay.
And there are people that are they're pretty much pockets of personnel everywhere. They've already blocked
So
off
the
the
first step,
streets. The patrol cars have already blocked off that intersection and are diverting traffic in both directions.
so
The
there's 4 squad cars and how many patrol?
That's
Is it 2 per car?
it's 6. It's a half dozen and 4 squad cars.
So in total officers, how many?
6.
Okay. No, I'm just asking because I don't know whether they were just patrolmen or the squad. Or they came in the squad cars 2 per 2.
I don't know, but
squad.
I did say 6 the whole time.
Okay.
Every time you asked. Every
Anyway.
time you asked. Okay.
Anyways, go
Now,
down to the
you
patrolman.
You can hear the helicopter coming.
All right, go down to the patrolman really quick.
Mhm.
Let the patrolman know that I need assistance to get these people further away from the area. I believe that the target we're after is about 50 to 75 feet in this direction.
All right, I'm
And with the damage
gonna pause this right there. You're still in your you're still in your superhero outfit and everything.
Yes,
Okay,
with the rebreather. Yes.
gotcha. So
I
you
come-
approach the patrolman. They're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, buddy!" Immediately hand to service weapon. One hand out, other hand to service weapon. Whoa, whoa! Take it easy.
My badge.
It's like, back it up. He's got a gun. No, I'm just kidding.
Flash my badge. Let them know I require your assistance, officers. The target that we're after is about 50 to 75 feet in this direction. Should point them approximately where the thing may be at.
So-
This is the damage that it just caused before it was disabled. We're looking for a way right now, as we speak, to get this target away from this area, and what do you call it? Not incapacitate, but to incapacitate it, right? These
Okay.
civilians are in danger.
It's
If
like,
this
whoa,
thing's
whoa,
still-
wait, hey, hold on for a second. What are you talking about? Target? What do you mean? What do you? He said,
There's
it's
a possible-
a sinkhole. What
there's
are you
an-
talking about?
There's a possible SPB that's in the sewer system right now.
SPB? What the fuck?
Superpowered being. Just trust me on this. We need to move people away from this area further out. Can you please get on a bullhorn and just advise these people to calmly remove themselves from the area at least 200 to 300 feet away in every direction? Please. My team is still coming in, is inbound, and we're assessing the situation so we could rapidly take care of this. So that way there's no further damage to either property or people.
Okay.
Can you please assist me with this? Am I going to have to do an MA roll or something?
No. Well, he's just like, yeah, all right. And you can hear the chopper coming in, and he's like, "Is that one of yours?"
Yes.
That's pretty much sets people, to scatter a little bit because he's coming. You guys come in. Are you instructing the pilot to hover directly over the sinkhole, or
Yep.
are you landing anywhere else?
Over the sinkhole. So I can. We're flying down, so
All right.
over the sinkhole.
No, that was too loud.
I throw a personal force field on myself, which is 200, and I fit Twitch with a personal force field, and I give him about 250.
Okay. You hover down, and you can see the water. It's starting to, it's not. You can see the sewage. You can you're in the force field, but you can still smell it, as the smell is just rising with the water itself.
I put the mask down on my helmet.
There's no floor. In other words, going into the sewer would mean going into the water. The water's it's taking up half of the tunnel itself. If that helps you visualize what I'm talking about.
Well, from what Sage said, it's a big water spirit in my head, so it's going to be full of water. So I mean, we go in and see if we can find the heart of it, so we can do
I
something.
need my suit, please.
Oh, do I see you?
No.
Do I see Sage?
You actually
Yes.
see Sage. He's talking with one of the officers as your chopper is spreading sewage fumes all over the in the immediate vicinity, and they're going back. They're talking as you come in.
How far?
He's like he's towards the corner. So say about 35, 40 feet away.
35, 40 feet, and how high up?
If you're hovering above the hole, you tell me.
Hover about. Well, we're gonna be. What's the tallest building here?
The tallest building is a 6-story that's at that corner directly from where you came in. It's to your right. and say about 50 feet away. So
then
you
we'll
can hover about maybe 40 feet up safely. The pilot's
Okay.
telling you.
Yeah, keep him safe. So we'll be 40 feet up. So I couldn't chuck this guy's clothes over there to Sage, could I? I wouldn't reach, would I? From
You
here?
could throw it. That doesn't mean he's gonna get it. I mean,
Fortune teller, where are you?
From what you're seeing, you know that you can't make that throw.
Right. Fortune teller, where are you?
I'm inside the 3-story building on the side door.
Do I see the building he's talking about?
There's a couple, so let's just say to cut through it and move forward. He's peeking out from an alleyway door. He's like, "Hello, Fernie." No. Here, give me my card. Give me my goddamn clothes.
Well,
Find my uniform.
could Emerald, can we do a flyby, drop this off, and go in and then go in?
Sure.
Is
So
he
that's what we'll do.
is he all lighted up?
No. I'm assuming no, he can't because he wouldn't be able to
Carry me.
carry him.
So we'll do a quick flyby. I drop.
I'm not in life form, but I am.
Yeah.
Get close enough to drop off his clothes, because I'm not landing and give it to him in his hand. I'm just gonna drop it off near him, and then we're gonna go in so I can see, so I can find this thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn the camera on.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get dressed, Lou.
All right.
Once the camera's on, I'm gonna start looking at the footage.
All right.
See what I can find.
Do you need me to roll perception or something? To find it?
Actually, yes. You and Emerald can roll perception.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll it. Let me know if her light helps. Well, I got a 25, so I feel real good about myself right now.
I think you should. Holy shit! Two nat 20s right out the gate, son. You get within 20 feet of the alley where you're angling yourself to hover in and drop off his stuff. You notice there's you know how all the every building has their own drainage systems.
Yeah.
In certain points, you know, the concrete is angled so that all the excess, all the runoff or whatever water, it goes into that drainage system. Right behind where Fortune Teller is peeking out from the door, waiting for you to drop off his clothes, there is a drain, and there's you can see that sewage coming up.
Oh. If I'm correct, my powers affected that. Did my powers affect that stuff before? What happened? This is something different.
This is something different, I think.
Fortune Teller, your danger sense, you're just like, give me my oh fuck.
Force field. So I'm gonna redo my force field.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it on. Grab the clothes. Go more deeper inside the house now, and throwing my clothes on.
So once I see the thing, you said I started seeing the sewage coming up. You said
Correct.
out of that one spot.
Yes.
So I start to run I run the footage through my my deck. I start pinpointing the area.
What do you mean?
So I don't know.
He's mapping the area.
Yeah.
He's taking the footage and mapping the area through the deck.
Okay.
Yeah, I process the footage through my deck also and send in both streams to him. That way he sees the raw, and then he sees what I'm trying to show him.
And by
I start to paint. I paint the area of where the target is. Knocked him. And that's what I mean by he.
Okay. All right. Let me take the sound off here. We're gonna do a quick initiative fortune teller to determine which action goes first, your force field or something else.
Oh, between him and him, or
Yeah.
all of us?
No, just him.
Yeah, this thing has a hard on for you, fortune teller.
Pause.
Mhm.
I that's why I didn't even acknowledge that comment. All right. So here's how it comes down. You guys are, as I explained, you're floating down. Sage, you were talking and coordinating. You saw from your vantage point where they're coming down from. It's maybe about 50, 60 feet from where you're positioned. You have a direct line to see Emerald and Twitch floating down, going towards the building. You're assuming where Fortune Teller is, so you can see they have the bundle in their hand, but you don't have a line of sight for Fortune Teller. So just as an aside for what you see from where your vantage point is, you guys coming down, you see this buildup of water of sewage as this coming through this metal cap. You know, they're all perforated metal caps that can strain out the larger pieces of trash so that they can be cleaned out. From this, you do with your perception rolls, you immediately see Sage is just, fortune teller is just like. And just then, the whole that piece of concrete from where that thing is explodes, and more tendrils come out, wrap themselves around him, and pull him into that hole.
It grabs Sage, or
it grabs Fortune Teller.
Fortune Teller? Oh,
yeah, they do so before your force.
You get to get dressed, right?
No,
Lou, what you got a thing for me? Is it really you got a thing for me, bro? I will drive to Massachusetts. Letting you know.
Hey, don't forget.
I got one of those pedal vans,
okay,
bro.
That's what got banned. That's what got Spanky banned.
Lou,
that's just not nice.
It's true.
Lou,
Yes.
knee-jerk reaction. I pull my pistol and try and fire it at that thing center mass.
Okay.
None of us have the ability to do anything to.
Well, this was in that split second as you're coming down. You're not expecting any of this to happen.
It just basically pops out of the sewer and grabs him.
Correct.
Lou.
Yes.
We're gonna take chase.
Okay. Hold
Could
on.
I
One at a time. So let's start with Emerald and Twitch because they're there. It grabs them. So here's how it works. Let me just roll this here. Okay. This thing not working?
No, you separated it.
Yeah.
Or you forgot something in there.
I did. There we go. You take 25 points of damage, Fortune Teller, as this thing. What it does is those tendrils come around, and not only do they wrap around him, but they literally punch holes through the door and pull you in addition to the door through that concrete.
Okay.
Okay.
Now do I have an action?
1 second. What are you guys doing?
Like I said, as soon as it grabbed him, my knee-jerk reaction was to pull my pistol and fire at it.
All right.
And did I see this Did I see the
Oh yeah,
visual
yeah.
feed?
You absolutely did see this. You
All right.
you roll an attack roll. I apologize.
I did. I rolled a 7, and I did 12 damage.
Okay, so he's like da 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 da. I missed. No. Okay.
Oh,
You-
technically, a 7 hits.
You
just
you
didn't
take
do
you
anything.
take your
It has
shot. You
AR.
take your shots, and it just
Lou,
you don't know that it did anything. You just know that you
I-
hit it.
Lou,
Yes.
can I get a perception roll to react in time?
In
Being that
time.
I am being vigilant of the area, and I'm not too certain about this thing being totally incapacitated because the water levels were rising up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so give me 1 second, and I will tell you whether or not you can or cannot. Emerald.
Yes. I'm gonna fly myself and twitch into the hole to chase after the thing with tentacles to follow behind. To try to save Fortune Teller.
Okay.
So,
Let's see.
and if we get there soon enough, then I'll just roll to try to strike at it with my light abilities as well.
Okay.
Hey Lou,
Yes.
I know I do suffer sun damage, so because it pulled me out in the light, right?
It did actually. Yes.
Well, maybe not. Depends on whether I get an action or not.
Mm.
That little just
That was the best non-committal answer ever.
I was like,
Just saying, if I could get an action, I could probably free you. But it's whether or not I can react in time.
I gotta see this.
Oh, you will. Believe me, you will.
Where am I looking? I need to find what's the damage for sunlight for you. Where is that listed?
never states. It
doesn't.
just says I suffer damage.
You would have to look into the
Flaw,
Vampire
or
Kingdom
whatever that is.
and just adjust it from MD to regular SDC damage.
Wait, say that again. You cut out.
The Vampire Kingdom book from Rifts gives you the damage for vampires. All you need to convert is from MD to SDC.
Which is a straight number. You don't have to worry about it. You just gotta see what 2D what or 5D what.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
Or
it's something
1D4
like
times
2D
10 or whatever it is. I don't know.
I think it's something like 2D6 times 20 or something like that. It's something ridiculous.
Oh yeah, guys, just keep on raising it up. Thank you, guys.
No, it is something ridiculous, and that's per melee. I think. If I remember.
I don't know. I'm on your side this time, dude. I have no idea. I never
No,
played.
you just have to look it up. That's all.
I don't want to. I don't want him to die yet.
There we go.
Although he look,
Come on, coach, you gotta let me be a peacock. I gotta fly. I gotta fly.
You're dumb.
That was that
So
long.
don't go chasing waterfalls, okay?
I love
The same thing.
I love
Let
that
the
movie.
sunshine. Anyway.
At least he only suffered 25 from the initial attack. It's the sun that's gonna.
How much is it?
I'm trying to find it.
He's still looking.
Look at the Vampire Kingdom book. It didn't really say. It specifically states that you are at half power.
It sucks is it doesn't say it in the Achilles either. How much damage you take?
What a
Really, it
shocker!
doesn't.
What a shocker!
And it doesn't say that if I'm in the sun. Well, of course, in the sunlight, I'll be half. If I'm in the sunlight, I'll be at half power.
Right. Oh, there it is.
How much?
1d6 times 10 points of damage direct to hit points every melee round of exposure to sunlight.
Oh, direct to hit points.
Oh, oh, ow, ow!
Oh.
That hurts.
That's
That
in
hurts.
direct sunlight. You're not in direct sunlight yet. So what I will say is that because you're not in direct sunlight, you're not going to suffer anything other than superficial damage. But
So
there is a debilitating weakening effect for just being in light. Period. In indirect sunlight, reflected, refracted, however. And then we can work on adjusting the damage because he's not technically a vampire, more or less.
Yeah, it doesn't say that. It's weird. It says that I do drink that I could
Consume blood for PPE.
yeah, and like superpowers and PPE, but it doesn't say I am a vampire.
Right.
But I have the symptoms of.
Drinking blood is kind of vampirism, but you know.
yeah, it is vampirism.
But doesn't say, Adolfo, shut up. All right,
All
you
right.
got a lot of blood.
Can I help you, buddy?
You have
Okay.
a lot of blood. Adolfo.
So for you, Sage, all right, that's enough. You hear, you hear the explosion. You can see these guys coming in. The Twitch pulls out a weapon. He starts to shoot. He's shooting.
Can I just make a perception roll?
For what?
Like I said, to see if I notice him getting wrapped up in time.
I just said you don't have a line of sight of him.
Well, no, not only because he's inside the building, but I do have a direct line of sight of the building because I'm across from it.
What? You
You
don't.
Me,
I
I'm
said
on the other side of the hole, where the squad cars
no.
were.
You're direct. You're directly parallel. You're staring straight at him. So, and I mean not at him, at the choppers directly above you to your right. They're coming in from right to left to where the alleyway is, where you walked up. So, in other words, it's
So I have the
directly
right line
ahead.
of sight.
No. There was at least 2 buildings before you got to the alleyway. There's the 6-story building that's at that corner, and then there's 2 other 3-story buildings right there. The alleyway is where he's at. So there's a good 60, 65 feet before you can get to that alleyway. There is no direct line of sight. The only line of sight you have is Twitch and to Emerald coming down from right to left at an angle, diagonal towards the alley.
All right. So
the only thing that you can hear is the explosion, but it's not technically an explosion, generated by an explosive.
Look, what I'm going to do is this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take 3 daggers in each hand.
This is why we need to be on the tabletop. So I could have just fucking punched you in the head. No, I'm just kidding. I could have just explained it to you. And
okay. Luke, I'm going to take 3 daggers apiece in each hand to do an ephemeral strike.
On what?
On the tentacles.
You
what
don't
I'm going to use
see,
as
no.
what I'm going.
You don't see the tentacles came from behind him, so they're further down the alley.
What I'm going.
Go ahead.
Can I finish?
I really don't want you to, because you're describing something that you do not have any line of sight. You don't know that this is actually happening. I just said you only hear the sound.
Okay.
But go on. Explain to me.
What I'm going to do is based off of what Twitch is shooting, the angle he's taking to shoot. Assuming he hit, I'm going to blindly throw the daggers to ricochet them so they can hit that same area. And to do this, I'm also going to use a hero point
Wait.
to strike the tentacles.
Ricochet them off of what?
Off of whatever surface I can ricochet them off. I have a 500-foot range.
I understand that you think you can do
Even
what
if I
I
have to
just
ricochet it off
explained.
the helicopter to get to it.
Oh my lord! Here's the problem I have with what you're saying. You're making assumptions based off of what I just described that you, the character, cannot see. You cannot
I can
attack
see him
what you
shooting.
can't see, and you're making wild assumptions that you know what you're hitting.
I can see him shooting,
You can see him shooting, but
and I can follow that trajectory.
You don't know what he's shooting at.
It doesn't matter to me. I can follow the trajectory. The only thing I'm really assuming is that he hit the creature. That's the only thing I'm really assuming. So I'm taking a gamble at that when he's shooting at, he hit it. So I can react in enough time to hit the same thing.
Just so that we're clear, that is not the only thing you're assuming. You've assumed everything.
How am I assuming everything if I can see him shooting at something?
You can see him
The only
shooting
thing I
at
just can't see
something,
is
but
what it is.
okay. So this is going to be heavily penalized. And the only reason why I say that is because I don't give a shit what your expertise is. You literally have to see what you're aiming at in order to hit it. A wild shot is a wild shot.
Okay.
So just so you understand that your character would know this.
Okay.
You don't clearly know it, but your character will know this.
Okay.
Make it roll.
You do understand I'm using a hero point for this, right? Okay, so what's my negative?
What are your bonuses?
Well, right now, because I'm using a ephemeral strike, it's half. So it's 11.
All right, let's just make it an even +5.
Okay. Oh, I missed.
Okay.
Oh.
Unless I can reroll with the hero point.
Yes, actually you can.
Okay. Damn.
That's even worse.
Wow.
Just so that we're clear, my hands were not touching the keyboard. I did not do anything to that.
Lulu hates you. Lulu definitely hates you.
All right, so Twitch, you're like, blah, blah. Who's stabbing me? No, I'm kidding. It's right between the butt cheeks.
I mean, technically, somebody's getting them though.
Now, you're gonna need to make. I'm gonna have to have you make another roll, please.
Who, me?
Yes. Okay. Twitch, you're like, and something whizzes by your face, and the glint really quickly. You're just like, oh shit! The blade is hurtling towards fortune teller. As this thing grabs you with the door and is enveloping you,
Can I shoot it?
You're just like looking up. No, that's the power of the one, even with the hero point. He's just you're struggling against it. You're trying to focus on your specific attack because you had initially intended to raise your force field, correct?
Yeah.
So in that action is as it's pulling you down, and you're trying with all your might. What's your strength, by the way? Just out of curiosity. I don't even know why I'm asking you. I'm
20. It's a 20.
20. Okay. All right.
Supernatural 20.
Yeah. So the struggle it's whatever force it's exerting is crushing. Even though you don't necessarily feel pain, you can feel the force of its crushing. It's matching your strength. So this is a little concerning because it's actually affecting you. You're feeling this. But in the corner of your eye, you can see something whirling towards you. So you have one of two things you can do. You can make a defensive action for the thing pulling you in. It's going to pull you in. Or whirling blade.
Use telekinesis to pull me. Okay. I'm going to use telekinesis to pull me towards where the thing is pulling me.
Huh?
So where is it pulling me to? Which way is it?
Into the ground.
Into the ground?
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab whatever part of the ground to pull me into that hole faster than what the creature's doing. So now it's pulling me, but I'm pushing myself. It's like I'm pulling myself towards it too. So now I'm moving faster than what it would normally, what the creature would be thinking.
So you're moving up, you're following the momentum and going into the hole.
I'm pulling myself faster.
Okay.
That's since he's causing slack.
I'm basically gonna take this door, and if it's there, the door itself is gonna try. I'm gonna try to slam the door into the creature, and it pulls me out of the way of the object flying towards me.
Roll a d20, please.
One shot.
19.
Okay. This weird maneuver that you do actually works in that you avoid the blade and you propel yourself faster down into this particular hole. Now, the thing, when you are pulled into this hole, it's not pulling you anywhere. You're submerged in the sewage water. So there's literally, even your night vision is useless because it's just murk. It's not darkness. So you can't see anything around you. You don't necessarily you breathe without air, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the subsequent action that happens is you can feel it pulling you apart. It's literally whatever this force is, it's no longer tendrils. Now it's just you're in a body of water and you can feel it, but you can't see it,
right?
You can feel it around your throat, you can feel it around your arms and both your legs, and it's essentially drawing and quartering you.
All right. I'm gonna do neural strike. If I could feel it,
Mm-hmm. No,
that means
I'm saying this. It's a strange sensation in that it has no actual flesh. There's no flesh. It's just the water is more dense around your limbs that's pulling you.
all right. So then I'm gonna put my force field around me since it's like a bodysuit.
Okay, but the water is on you, so the force field's not going to work.
The force field is not. It doesn't just block me from it. It's gonna have water, and it might have water inside.
Actually,
But
you know what? You're right. So let's. I'm gonna. All I need to do specifically is to roll damage at this point because it's already clinching. It's basically a hold.
Right.
So. Okay, you take another 40 points because you can feel it. It's like stretching you.
Right.
You put the force field on, and it has that immediate effect of setting you loose. You know what I mean? Like now you can move in the water. But now, at this point, because we're going action for action, you do that. You can move. You're being tussled. So your force field's protecting you specifically, but whatever is grabbing you can grab at the force field still. Because
it's totally fine.
Okay.
I just had to put up something to give me a little bit of time to see what I could do.
Sure.
What I want to do is right now. Is I can't do that either because of
Hold on a second. I gotta.
So you saying I cannot see nothing, right?
Oh, sorry. No, that's fucked up. Go ahead.
I can't see nothing, right?
Nothing. You can't even see your hands in front of your face.
In the meantime, where are we in the whole ruckus?
I'm getting to that.
So can I push the
Remember,
water with
there's a
telekinetic
time dilation between out of combat and in combat actions. So
Can I push the water with my telekinesis? Push it ahead of me so that I could see anything. I'm gonna try to pull myself. That's the thing. I can't see anything. Can I push it? Like, you know how you could use your hands and you could push water. Like,
yeah, I know what you're saying, but there's no air. There's no air pockets for you to be able to do that.
and I'm not feeling nothing, right? Can
What do you mean?
Can I swim? I'm gonna try to swim away.
So that's where the difficulty is, because you're being pulled. Now, at this point, you're being pulled viciously and fast through that water.
Going down or going where?
You can't tell. You have no sense of direction. It's like swimming in the ocean at night. You don't know what's up. You have no equilibrium.
Let's see where it takes me.
Okay. Twitch, Emerald. That scene, it's almost instantaneous. The actions that you have, that you've taken, you're shot. Emerald's coming down. He gets wrapped around with the door and then just pulled right into the ground. Then that fucking blade just whizzes by your head and almost hits him. Let's start with Emerald. Emerald, what are you doing? Because you are carrying Twitch down.
Right.
By the way, are you cradling him like a baby, or how are you carrying him?
Carrying him like with his basically under his arms.
Okay, so you're holding him like this?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, yeah. So when we fly through, I obviously it's dark inside, obviously, right? So I'm gonna.
When you get to once you get to the hole, it's just flooded with sewage. So in other words, you don't see him. It's just dark, brownish, brackish water that's roiling.
My first action after we get down there, because it's just a sewer, so it's probably like standing level. Is it standing level for me to drop Twitch off and like let him go?
Okay. I think I'm having trouble describing this to
Okay,
you guys.
yeah, no, it's
visualize.
How high is the water?
How high is the water?
The water is everywhere. So there is no gap. It essentially looks like a puddle, but you know it's deeper because it pulled him in.
Okay, so all right, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah. I apologize.
Yeah, if it was waist level, if it was ankle level, whatever.
Jumping in would mean diving in.
Gotcha. All right. Is there All right. So is the whole place filled with water, or is there like sides where there's like ledges and stuff where I could drop
No, this
Twitch?
is literally an alleyway. So the hole itself is maybe about 8 feet in diameter, more about 6 to 8 feet in diameter, and the water itself it's undulating, it's roiling, but it's not spilling outwards to where it, like a geyser.
Oh,
Okay. Twitch, I might have to leave you up top and investigate on my own.
There's space in the alley for you to land. You can land in front of
Okay.
it, behind it, to the sides of it.
Yeah, I land us to the side.
Okay.
But basically, I wanted to land us somewhere where Twitch can stand. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Obviously drop.
Once you land, you're probably maybe about an inch or two of that water. You're standing in it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm basically gonna like turn on the light show, but not so bright to blind Twitch. Basically, with like one hand.
Mm-hmm.
I got polarized. I'm good.
Okay, I'm just gonna like glow, use one hand to glow and shine light in the entire place to see what we can see. You said the water is undulating and roiling, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume that's where the creature grabbed fortune teller.
Mm-hmm.
So I said it'll probably be smart for me to investigate. And then I shift into light form and fly into the water.
Okay, hold on.
So Lou, just to make sure that I'm seeing this right in my head,
Mm-hmm.
we go to the alleyway. The big 8-foot round diameter looked like a puddle.
Yes.
Like almost like a moon pool.
Yes.
And you got to go into the moon pool to go into to follow him.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah.
And that water is completely,
Brackish.
Brackish. It's brown. You guys will know that jumping in that, you're not going to be able to see anything.
I mean, she could try. I can't at all. Like, I know over cons. I go, yo, knock. I can't go in there. I can't swim.
That's hilarious.
Copy. Stay up top.
Okay.
So I start looking around. What's up here? Well, I'm in the alleyway. What else is around here?
Just the door that he was the space that he was hiding. This is one of those. It's essentially an alleyway where garbage cans are lined up. You know,
I get it.
So it's not. There's nothing particularly standoutish on this alleyway itself. It was just a place to land.
I basically just got deleted from the action. I'm looking at timer.
Yeah, timer.
Yeah. Timer.
Lou, do our comm systems have like a monitoring GPS ping set up on them?
That's not for me to answer.
I don't have that information.
Sage, in that moment when you threw it, something was off. You were just like, oh shit, please don't kill my friends. Because you saw it cling and just whiz by, like it essentially gave Twitch a nice little, side fade as it whizzed by him. He's like, you motherfucker. Sorry. I don't know how to throw my cuchillo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you're not Mexican. Wait, is not? Yes, he is.
No.
He's like, discúlpame. From where you are, once there's an instinct, I'm going to take some liberties. There's an instinct to immediately take off to that action, but you can feel the ground beneath you start to tremor. Everyone around, you can hear the car alarms of varying cars that are parked start to go off. The cops are trying to get everybody away. Now that puddle was maybe about 3/4 of the way. That starts roiling, almost as if a hydrant was opened. You know what I mean? Like that spout of water is starting to build.
Mm-hmm.
Describe for me what you're doing, sir.
There's no way to follow this thing right now either.
I'm sorry, say again?
There's no way to follow any of the action that's going on with Fortune Teller either.
No,
Can't get a visual.
You can't get a visual, no.
Okay. So over the cons, how soon can you bring a chemical to basically dry this thing out and freeze it, like cement it?
Who are you talking to
Come on.
specifically?
Yeah, who are you talking to?
The only one left is Knock'em.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Lou, we're
I'm
talking
sorry.
about.
I'm sorry. He was like, yeah.
So, Lou,
Go
I
ahead.
want to make sure I understand what he's asking me. He's asking me to basically bring something to dry up or freeze a section of the Lower Manhattan sewer system.
I can only confirm what you just said. I don't know if that's something that yes, that's what he said.
Yes, that is what I said.
I mean,
otherwise,
considering his skill set, that's actually quite intuitive.
well, that was from the recommendation that Twitch was talking about before.
Yes.
So, I mean, otherwise, we're going to lose a comrade at arms because there's no way we can get a visual. And this thing, if we continue to let it loose, it could do more damage than we're going to do by freezing it. Unless you can come up with a better plan. Which, again, I'm all ears.
I show up with something to freeze a general area. I freeze him.
I didn't catch that, Knocked.
Yeah, me neither.
He said
Really? That sucks. How about now?
Yeah, no. I can hear you better now.
He said if you
Oh.
show up to the area and he tries to freeze the general area, he'll freeze him.
Or cement it.
Is that right, Mike?
Yeah.
No, I heard it. I just didn't understand what you said. I was.
I'm saying it quickly because long conversations is not the operative word here.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I freeze or sandbag the area, catches him as well.
Him being fortune teller.
Yep.
Okay. It still doesn't tell me what if anything you guys are doing, and specifically Sage and Noctum at this moment.
So first off, it would whether I try to apply a desiccant or a freezing agent, it takes time to get that shit together. It's not like it's just sitting around in the broom closet waiting to be used.
You don't have a utility belt with that shit in?
Yeah, no. It is not that kind of party. No.
You're not that kind of angel.
Even if I did, we're talking about hundreds, no, thousands of gallons of sewage water. Yeah. I take a look at the Department of Sewers. Do they have valve control? The seal off section.
Yes.
Then a hacking I go. That's where I start.
Okay, make a hacking roll, please. While he's doing that, Sage, last action before I move on, if you're taking one.
Is this thing rumbling just in the area, or
no,
is the rumbling?
It's not localized. It's extending from the intersection because you were acutely looking at the spider web of cracks in the asphalt. They're starting to spread from the sinkhole into the intersection.
Okay. And is it moving in a direction? Meaning, is this undulating, causing this ripple movement to go in a direction like left, right, up, down?
No, I know what you're saying. The only direct That's right. The only section that has the most immediate spider web effect is from the sinkhole from its south and north end of the sinkhole itself. That's because it's taken the most damage for the street, but it's extending quickly from that point. And from where you're standing, it would be directly ahead of you to your right. So you're facing where they were, right? Sinkhole's to your right. I don't even know why I'm pointing, because you can't see where I'm pointing. But this is just my old GM brain. So it's coming from your right to your, it's northeast to northwest and moving into the intersection and spider webbing in different directions, so causing cracks in the
So my
asphalt.
reactions are going to be anybody that can be caught in this crumbling of the intersection.
Plenty of people are gonna get caught in this intersection.
I'm going to start assisting by moving them out of the area.
Okay.
So basically, I'm going to emulate Spidey-Man right now.
Crowd control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At a certain point, the hydrant that was in that corner, that one pops and starts spraying water. People start freaking out and running in different directions because that one's the most nearest to the sinkhole, and you're directing traffic along with the officers that are there. So fortune teller, you're being pulled in a bunch of different directions. You're hitting things. How much ISP is your force field? I mean, how much SDC?
400.
Is 400?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So by the time of this action, your force field is down to 150 because you're being bounced around. And you can feel it because you're generating it with your mind as it's depleting and as it's hitting, to the point where now you can feel a rush underneath you, like it hits your chest and it's pushing you back. That's the only way I can describe the sensation, because it's as if you're in a pool of water and you're being pushed around and being pushed and pulled.
Can I grab on, like, if I'm moving, can I be able to grab onto like a wall or like part of the tunnel? You understand what I'm saying?
I do. And anytime you try to do that, the structure itself, because of the force, is pulling you off. So with your strength to try to anchor yourself, and the force of whatever's pushing this liquid is causing you to crush. Like if you grab a piece of the wall, you're crushing that piece of the wall.
Right.
As it pulls you apart and it slams you around. Go ahead.
So I know it's water, but
Well,
I'm gonna try.
Water-ish.
What I'm gonna try to do is do a pillar of flame.
Okay, I'm going to say that you know that won't work. Your character would know that won't work because you're submerged.
This thing is pulling me. So what I'm gonna do is just restructure my force field back to 400.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm gonna let it take me wherever it's trying to take me.
Because
it's taking me somewhere.
Gonna keep reinforcing it.
Yeah.
We've already established that we have GPS and in communication, so that was established last session.
Okay.
So if I know that, is there a button on our comms that sends a beacon out? Mike?
That's for you, Noctum, not for me.
Noctum?
Yeah, there's a button. Of course, I'm always able to track anyway.
So I'm gonna press that button also.
Okay. Once he does that, he pings, but he's literally maybe about 20 yards from you guys. And once you get you twitch, you knocked him, you're able to triangulate his position. He's right in the center of the intersection. At that moment, you get hit, like you're thrown around in that water, in that sewage. hitting object after object, depleting your force field to the point where you now have to reinforce it. When you reinforce it, you get hit like a stomach punch, and it's forcing you backwards. You guys, and specifically Sage, as you're getting everybody around, away from the area, the center of that intersection, there's a huge spout that comes out. It shoots out maybe about 50 to 60 feet up, and then the water clears, and there's fortune teller right in the path of the rising sunlight.
Lou.
Yes.
So he's
as soon as here's the thing, when that spout of sewage comes up, you don't necessarily see him right away. It's only when the liquid pulls away suddenly. He's just, it's almost like, the momentum takes him up, and he's hanging in the air for a couple of a second or two. As he does, you're just like you're twirling in the air, and then the water moves away from you, and then you're just like, oh, thank God. Oh, I just said it like a Jamaican. It's like, this goddamn sewage is just all this fucking shit.
Hey, Lou.
Yes.
So the moment I see, because I'm tracking via not just the GPS, but also via the satellite feed.
Correct, yes.
The moment I see him come up, the moment I clearly see him above ground during daylight, knowing what that would mean, I pop over, put him in my void, bring him back to the base, and pop him right back out.
Okay.
I know he's not going to be happy, but this is what we got going on.
Do I see his little friend?
What little friend?
You know, his little friend.
Noctum's little friend?
You saw that when you was in astral form.
Yeah. So you come out, you're like, hey, I'm free. Oh, everyone that has a line of sight turns to this thing because it's a thing, and it pops up. You're looking, and you're just like, holy shit, it's a big white naked guy that's now on fire. He just immediately bursts into flames. So you're not going to take the vampire damage. So what I will do,
I took every fucking damage you threw at me anyway.
whoa, take it easy.
The sour.
That was pretty sour. Take 6 hit points. So you're like, just then you're all just like, what the fuck? As he explodes into a ball of fire, and then Noctum's like, vroom. I got you, buddy. Vroom, and he disappears. You pull him into the void, but your teleport is one per round, no?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's just like vroom, grabs him, and immediately once he grabs,
I can move into the shadows. Yeah, just move into and I'm floating anyway.
Okay. Now the problem, the issue that you're having right now is as soon as you show up, he's a ball of light and you're in direct sunlight. So you're immediately like, oh fuck, this is not gonna be good for me either. And you pull him into the wraith.
Mm-hmm.
And describe for me what you're doing at that point.
At that point, I will move. I would shadow step. I'm above ground. There are buildings around. Mm-hmm. Do I see inside any of the windows? Either that or go back to the base. And if I go back to the base, then I'm gonna go. Oh shit! Can't go to the garage. That's occupied.
The living room.
Roll a quick perception. Not gonna take it. You don't need a high roll. Anything over a 6.
Okay, give me a second. Get out of the way, damn it. I think I have a bonus too. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's not native to the character sheet. I'm going to bash that character sheet every single time.
So, Mike, tell us how you really feel about the character
Yeah,
sheet.
shit. No. If I had the money, I would hire somebody to fucking redo it.
5. Fucking die
John
roller.
does not like you, White. He is hell bent on killing you today.
Wow.
So you're floating in the air now. Here's how I'll resolve that. Because you're in direct sunlight, because he was in fire and lit, there's so much light is overwhelming. So you literally can't. You're having those flash bulb effects inside your eyes as you're looking
Right.
around, and he's completely disoriented. So I need to take a quick break. So we'll be right back.
And I'm gonna take another shot at it if I do get to see it.
All right, we're back. Now, Emerald, you had flown in your light form. Again, even with your light, the water is so murky, it's so polluted, it's so full of detritus that in order for you to get heads or tails, the only way that you know up is because of your orientation when you entered the hole. Does that make sense? You can barely see a foot in front of you.
If I pop one ultraviolet infrared.
The infrared is not going to avail you. There's because the water isn't necessarily freezing cold. Ultraviolet, still nothing. That's not going to help you either.
Sure.
But you can notice that the what you can see is at least a foot in front of you, and everything is moving in a direction. So in other words, all they used, toilet paper and sewage and rubbish, it's flowing. Yeah, all the crap is flowing in a direction and then suddenly starts flowing in a different direction so that you can follow that.
Okay. I'll investigate.
All right.
By the way,
Yes.
I thought I had done my roller.
I'm sorry?
I thought I had done my roller wall.
Did anybody else say that? I'm sorry. You're going to have to say that again.
He still hasn't done his role, I think.
You saw I did my computer hacking roll a while back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we rolled a 17. That shit was badass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so your idea was to turn off the flow, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So that would the system isn't necessarily designed to immediately cut off the flow, but it would take maybe about 30 seconds to a minute, depending on the pressure.
Right. So I would start that process up obviously before I pour it out.
Correct. No. I have that in mind, and I apologize that I didn't say that out loud. But
Right.
yeah, so you did accomplish that, moving into the space that you are in now.
Right.
So Emerald, once you follow the flow to what seems to be an origin point, in that now it's starting to form like not a vortex, but it's spinning in a certain spot.
Almost like a whirlpool, but not a complete whirlpool.
Correct. So it's a whirlpool that isn't actually sucking down any energy. It's actually forcing it upwards. And once it does, I'm reticent to say you see any light because you're generating more light than the actual sunlight above you, considering how much murk is in this water. But the force of it is moving upwards. In other words, you're directly below the spout that excreted fortune teller.
Excreted.
Okay.
Well,
So
considering the material that he was in.
Excrement now?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Considering the material he was in, yeah, it's excreted. It's excreted.
I'm gonna follow the path of everything. See if he found a way to, because I'm in light form, so I don't know that he was rescued by Noctum.
Correct.
And all my comms and everything kind of become deactivated when I'm in this form. So I'm gonna follow the spout up to see if maybe he got away, or if I see the creature or whatever.
So that would take you into that spot where once you come, you're literally seconds behind where fortune teller ends up in the sky. You are coming up out of the hole. The water it desolidifies and just splashes all over the street, all over cars, buildings, people anyone that was dumb enough to stay in that immediate area. That includes, to a lesser degree, Crimson Sage, but he's already covered in shit, so it doesn't matter. And you're directly below fortune teller when he
bursts into flames.
When he bursts into flames, and then out of nowhere,
I see him.
Yeah, and out of nowhere, knocked him he appears
Right.
and pulls him into his void. But now Noctum is, and by the way, Noctum even with Emerald in his light form, that's another layer of disorientation.
For me?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
Yeah,
being
I'm getting hit. I'm getting hit with light from multiple sources upon
right.
popping in. So yeah, that makes sense.
light from the sunrise that's coming down that avenue, light from below you, light from the fire. The fire's gone, but there's still a lot of light that's spilling into his field of vision.
Got it. And I what I do then is I head back to I presume that I know where I presume that Noctum's basically going to take Twitch back to base to get right. So I'm going to fly back to where Twitch is,
Mm-hmm.
and say and let Twitch know fortune teller's safe. Noctum's got him handled. Um, I'm going to fly you back out of the sewer, and I
Okay.
transform back into solid form. Scoop him up. I'm just grab him by the hand and fly out.
All right, so you don't feel this, but Twitch, you feel it. Crimson Sage, you feel it. It's more rumbling below you. More of the street that's rumbling, but this time it's super violent. And from that center intersection where that spout came, a ginormous water behemoth finally extricates itself from the sewer below. It's doesn't form the shape of a human, but it has arms, and the water that it's pulling from below it, it grows to about 30 feet. Now, you had switched back to the human form, so I'm going to give you one opportunity to avoid this because you're directly in this line of its path, and this goes for you as well, Noctum. I'm going to make a D20 roll. It will serve as an attack, and you get to defend. Now, Noctum's bonuses are going to be in half because he's already disoriented. You'll be able to use your full bonus, whatever that happens to be, Emerald, if you decide to do that or do something else. All right.
Okay.
So a 3. So technically, I didn't hit at all. So you don't have to do anything unless, well, actually, you do have to move because of the size of this thing. So you would just need to make a die roll of a 4 or better to dodge out of the way, or do some other action.
Me?
Both of you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna roll the dodge then.
Okay.
I'm going to use auto dodge.
Okay. You can use auto dodge and flight.
Yep.
Jesus, man.
Wow. At least he matched it, so he
What
wins.
the shit?
What the fuck is up with this die roller today, man?
Yo, if it wasn't for that bonus. Could you imagine that +1 saved you? A +1 actually saved somebody. Go figure.
You know what? Sometimes that.
Sometimes it happens. All right. Emerald. Yeah, all right. He made that. So you both, in dodging, you're able to dodge out of the way of the direct beam of sun that was hitting you, Noctum. So now you take measure of this thing. It's about, like I said, about 30 to 35 feet in height, and it's how did I describe it? It's a water behemoth. It has the features of a face, but not a human face. It's just a mass of all this nasty, nasty water, nasty sewage, whatever is pulling up from below itself, and it's specifically looking at you, Noctum. So we will be rolling initiative then.
Yes, obviously we will be. I see.
And that goes for everybody, by the way.
Right. Initiative.
All right, I got an 8.
That's a 9 for me.
Sage has a 9.
Yeah, this die roller is not being too nice to me today.
Not being nice to anybody. Emerald has an 8.
I got a 25.
What'd you roll, Twitch?
Roll the 7.
Okay, just give me one moment here.
How did I fix this?
Let's
Teach.
Send aspirin.
I'm engaging in combat. I have my spreadsheet here. Let me fix that really quickly. Emerald, you rolled a 8. Okay. Knocked him, rolled a 25. Artemis is not here. Sage rolled a 9.
Right.
Actually, do I still have my ongoing ability or no?
No.
Okay, so then it's an 8.
Okay.
20 plus 4.
And Twitch rolled a 7.
Kind of 7. It didn't work. Why didn't that work? What did I do last time?
Have a turn order thing here?
Yeah, there is.
I didn't. Where did you get that? Where's that at?
It's on the side, on the left.
No. I'm saying, how do I find it for like whenever I want to do that? That's what.
Go under. Well, everyone's gotta have a token or something. Unless they change that. And you click on the token and you roll. It should be on the left-hand side. The music keeps staticking out for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's breaking up. I don't know why.
Is that happening to anybody else, or is it just Twitch?
It is starting.
It's just going in and out.
All right.
Like I can still hear it, but
Let's just try this.
sometimes it goes low, sometimes it goes a little higher. Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's doing it too, but I like that song.
This is what happens when you work triples.
Yes, sir.
You've been working a lot on Sundays, Adolfo?
Mm-hmm. Trying to get that extra cash.
I hear you. I hear that hot shit.
Man, fuck this character sheet.
Am I really the only one who likes this character?
I don't think.
No, I like
don't think
it.
It's that.
It's
bad.
just a pain to put everything in. But
Yeah, that's the only thing.
But that's every character sheet.
yeah.
I mean,
There was a Rivs
I
character.
don't have any major issues with it. There's some things I wish they did do. I would have to itemize that part, but
Like there was a Rivs character sheet that was pretty good. It was just convoluted. That's all
All
it
right.
was.
So the way that the initiative works, because you rolled so high, Noctum, you're going to get a total of, you're going to get most of your attacks out. So you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your 6 attacks before anything can interrupt, and it would be mostly for dodging. Any simultaneous attacks will take away from that attack, obviously. So.
Right.
So let's start with your first.
Well, first I need to get out of the direct line of sight. He's turning his attention to me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I will do is I will start floating backwards away from it. I'm going to draw it away from this area.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the teens, right? In Manhattan, east side or west side?
We're on
West.
the east side.
No, west
On
side.
the west?
West.
Oh. Okay.
How far west? What
I
avenue?
can't remember, but I know it was closer to the river. So you're, let's just say 10th Avenue.
All right. Then I will continue moving west, basically.
Towards the river?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will also directly connect to the police channel and tell them to clear the street all the way over to the river. You need to clear the street now. Imminent threat traveling along the ground,
Okay.
drawing it away from the public.
All right. So you have the option of holding your next 4 attacks if you so choose.
And I think I will do that. I'm going to save them for staying out of this thing's reach and way,
Okay.
for sure.
So that essentially means on its attack, if it continues to attack you, you can call a simultaneous attack at that point for all
Right.
4 of your attacks. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. All right. So next in the order, we're going to have a triple play. So we're going to have Emerald, Sage, and the Water Behemoth. Now, the Behemoth is obviously turning towards. You guys see, Noctum moving. He's you're about 50, he's about 40 to 50 feet in the air, and he's moving down that street towards the river. So I'm sorry. Emerald and Sage, what are you doing?
All right. How tall is the giant behemoth at this point?
It's about 35 to 40 feet.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. And it's chasing Noctum. I'm gonna keep it simple and I'm gonna shoot a laser blast at it just to see if there's any effect on it at all.
Okay. Make your attack roll, please.
And the smell of burnt hot sewage.
No. Laser blast. Okay. How far away is it from me at this point?
What's the range of your laser blast? Because I'm pretty sure that you can make that attack roll.
Oh, it's like $3,000.
Yeah, I don't even know why you're even asking.
Yes, I just want to know. All right.
Unless you suddenly blink 3 miles away, then you're fine.
No. Okay, hold on. Look for my bonuses.
Same
Sorry.
for you, Sage. What are you doing?
Okay. I'm giving up the 3 actions in order to do the spatial awareness and observer awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And when I guess it's going to be happening at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be looking at this thing to see if I can see any of its luminescence at all. So I'm not sure if her shooting the laser through it will assist with that.
Okay. That wasn't the actual roll.
Oh, me? No, I did. I rolled first, and
Oh,
then I was
okay.
just
So you rolled
doing what I was doing.
a 10. Okay. All right. I apologize. Okay. The laser hits and it goes right through it. It's liquid.
Okay.
So it goes through it, but to a lesser degree as it comes on the other side because of the murk is dispersing the light, but
Right.
it doesn't regard that damage.
Got it.
So you don't know.
Alright.
You can't tell for sure if you're doing anything, but you know you can definitely hit it.
Right. I basically saw it go like my laser blast went straight through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
All right.
okay. All right.
So for
Can I make a perception?
what?
Can I make a perception roll for what I was looking for?
No, that doesn't resolve until the third melee. Now, all right.
Wait a minute. How is it resolving until the third melee? I'm just giving up the actions.
Yeah, I understand
now.
that, and you have to. It takes that long for you to be able to do it. You need to
Okay.
read. You need to read the skill.
Okay.
Now, all right. So for you, knocked him again. The thing just raises its arms and just shoots these jets of sewage at you.
All right. I am definitely going to dodge.
Okay.
So that's my action in and of itself. But I'm also looking to see if I can see any central figure, something that stands out
Mm-hmm.
that I could focus on.
To do that would be a perception check, and it would cost you an action. Just want to let you know that.
All right, then I will chance the auto dodge and do my perception check.
Go.
All right, I'm at +2. Oh, and I get a +2 from being in there. No, that's already figured in. Is that right? Did I do that? Hey, Lou, quick question.
Yep.
I get a +2 to dodge while airborne
Mhm.
because of the ability. Do I apply that to auto dodge or just leave it separate out?
It's going to be either or.
Okay,
Now, you know
gotcha.
what? Apply it. That's fine. You can apply it.
Okay, all right.
Just we'll term that a byproduct of your level, of your level progression. Because you're not first level anymore.
Yeah, I'm up to 5.
I know.
Okay, here we go.
You guys are reaching the upper limits. What was the highest, Adolfo? Was it 9?
10.
10. Okay.
Yeah, well,
But that
All
was
right,
like
Lou, 14.
30 years ago. Okay. While the roll was successful, right now you don't see anything. But what you do notice with that roll is that it is tearing up the street as it moves towards you. So in other words, it's not walking on the surface. It's ripping up the asphalt. Almost as if it's trying to collect more water to grow. That's one possibility.
So it's possibly moving outside of the coordinate I set up originally, right?
Correct.
Okay.
No, I got to roll the attack. I'm rolling the attack roll, so I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you want me to roll my dodge now? My
No,
auto
you don't
dodge?
have to roll anything. I rolled a 1, so it shoots, and it hits 2 of the buildings and goes right through them. All you see is people like,
All right, so all I can see is that it's ripping up through the ground, but I don't see any central.
any central figure in the torso area or
The muck, nothing.
in the muck.
Right.
No, definitely not. No.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
going to start descending towards the ground.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to move towards it and descend towards the ground.
Okay. Not going to say that's an action unless you do something specific outside of that move. You know what I mean? The movement is not an attack.
Right. Yeah, well,
Unless you're just moving to keep away from it, because that would be
No, now I'm moving towards it because I'm gonna have to chance trying to capture it. This is a horrible idea.
okay.
It was originally Sage's.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just soak up all the sewage. Yeah, that should maybe work. Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna move towards the ground because I am suspecting that it's operating from the ground rather than from.
Okay. Speculation is encouraged, but I can't confirm nor deny.
I know.
Now,
I know.
Twitch, it's your action. I'm sorry, Twitch. Just as an aside, because you held your actions, knocked him. You can act on any action at this point until 2 more actions, and then it's your official last action.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna share what I'm doing so that you guys can see how I'm doing this. But
I remember your chart.
Go ahead and Twitch.
I remember your chart. Yeah.
So go ahead, Twitch.
It's tearing up the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see no center point. You said, right?
At this juncture, no.
Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw a flare in it.
Thought that would work. Oh, maybe it did. You're going to throw a flare in it?
Yep. I'm gonna chuck an emergency flare into the middle of it.
Okay. All right. Weird, but sure.
Nice.
Let's see. All right, so it's in the Zoom chat how I'm doing this. I'm resolving it. So just so you get a sense of what I'm doing. Now,
Let's do this right.
yeah, you just need a 4 or better, a 5 or better, excuse me. Because you're in that, you're like coming out of that alley. It's literally moving across from your field of vision from right to left, tearing up the street. It's not pulling in the cars, but the cars are they're flowing into it as a matter of the way that the water pressure is keeping this thing at its full height.
So I rolled 13. I got +2 to throw.
So, to you and to this also goes back to your earlier rolls for monster and demon lore.
Uh-huh.
The way that it's functioning in terms of the shit that it's pulling into itself, it is functioning like a tectonic entity.
A tectonic entity?
Yes.
All right.
Now, all right, you throw the flare and it catches and you can see the light, but barely. It's like a pinprick.
That's right. I'm just trying to see if it'll illuminate something that we can actually target.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for.
All right.
And I'm running the target painter on it, so if anything pops up, I have it targeted, and I'll send it to everybody.
Gotcha. So we now come back to Emerald. It's going to be Emerald and the creature, because after this, then your perception, your spatial awareness resolves. Sage.
All right. Just want to see one thing real quick before I make my decision. You said it's 35 feet?
35 to 40 and growing.
Okay. I'm going to get to this point where I need to. So I'm going to try to encase it in a force field. My maximum. Oh no, you said it's 35 feet? Or 35, 40 feet?
35 to 40 feet high, tall.
Tall.
The volume of it, you're talking about, I don't know, tens of thousands of gallons of water.
Right. All right. Well, it says that I can my force field maximum size, because I got the fourth level, is 125 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But it can stretch up to a maximum of 40 square feet.
Okay.
A 40 square foot area. Plus 10 feet per level. So actually, that's actually, well, I've yeah. So it's really at this point 50, 60, 70 feet. 80 feet. So it'd be 80 feet actually. So I should be able to see if I can contain it. I'm going to try to contain it.
Okay.
With that.
Okay.
So do I need to roll a strike?
Yeah. You would just need to roll over a 4.
Okay. Okay. Roll the 9.
Okay. So with full concentration, you create that force field around them.
Yep.
You can see it at a certain point. Now it's a force. It's a bubble, or what do you do?
Basically, it's like it's going to be like a giant, kind of like like a square, like a giant square or rectangle, like a box, basically. Okay. Yeah.
So it's going to be 3-dimensional, is what I'm trying to. I'm trying to understand. Yes. You know what I mean? Like you're not just covering it.
Yeah. No. Geometrically, is going to be 4 corners, in case like a box.
Okay. Basically. Once you do that, the immediate effect is that the water itself just it loses its solid form, meaning the shape that it had taken, that menacing giant shape that it took, it just filled the box. So it just splashed down, like it lost all its cohesion. Now you just have a giant cube of sewage that's floating in the air. Subsequent to that, because its attack, so that resolved, and you did exactly what you intended to do. Just ahead of it, maybe about 20 feet, another explosion of water comes up, but it's maybe about 10 feet shorter. So you have this giant cube behind it as it's still moving towards Noctum.
Oh my God! Oh, so whatever it's going on, it's moving from body of water to body of water. Okay, got it.
So what are you going to do with that cube of sewage there, buddy?
I'm going to dump all of it on Crimson Sage and go save. Go save.
I mean, he's been swimming in sewage this whole time. So Sage, you were using your spatial awareness. This is going to be a Noctum gets his last official attack unless he wants to hold it. Then it's Sage and Twitch. All 3 of you can act on this round. So walk me again through your spatial awareness and your intent on it as it resolved.
My intent is to locate any signs of that luminescence.
Okay.
Anything to gather that squid-like reptilian feature that Fortune Teller was talking about, so I can then take a decisive action against it.
Okay. So
20.
Hold on for a second. And you can keep that roll. That's fine. But here's the problem. Here's the crink in that armor. Getting all that information as you're trying to search through all that detritus, and as it's moving, the fact that it's moving has no bearing on the resolution of this. Once you come to the point where you see the flare go in, and it illuminates just a little bit, and it's still there as something, because the force field is not visible. All of that mass is contained, and it's suspended in midair in what looks like a cube. Then the secondary one comes up. So with that 20, you're looking at this thing. It still has a huge chunk of that mass, of that volume of water that's still there, but that luminescence, it's eluding you. There's just too much slurry and muck that's in this thing for you to be able to pinpoint anything.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus under, like under the street level, being that obviously this thing is being controlled from beneath.
Okay.
Because there's no way that if it would have been controlled above the street level, that it would have made another one. It just physically would have had to broken from the force field, and it didn't. The mass is just still there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I'm keen on it and look beneath it, so that way I can get some type of focus on where it might be. And if I get at any glint at all, I'm going to proceed to attack it. So I am going to start to engage from this point forward.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you're getting engaged? Oh, so happy.
Knocked him. Knock them in twitch.
Yeah.
You get to declare your actions or hold them.
So what am I seeing exactly now? That there's a giant force field full of garbage, and then it moves someplace else?
So the force field of garbage is where he initially captured that volume of water. Then from beneath the street, another geyser of that sewage and nasty brackish water erupted. Not as tall, because it didn't collect as much volume of water as the other one did, but it's only less, about 10 feet. So you're talking about 30 to 35 feet. But it is collecting water.
And I still can't see its core.
Well, your flare is now in the cube.
Oh. All right, so I'm gonna chuck another one at the new one.
Okay. Walk me through. So you're just still trying to see if you can pinpoint something in that slurry?
Yeah, because I can't shoot something if there's nothing to shoot for me.
No,
to see.
I get it. I want to make sure that I'm on the same page as you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find the target.
Yep. 5 or better.
I got a dirty 20.
Nice. Wait, where did you roll it? Because I don't see it. All I see is Sage.
Underneath. It should be under his. There's 1125.
Huh. That's weird. All right, I'll take your word for it.
Does anyone else see it?
Mm-hmm.
You guys see it? Seriously?
Yeah, 18 plus 2, 20.
No, I know. I know what the numbers are. I just my roll 20 is just not updating. It's weird.
Because you suck.
Hey man,
Even roll 20 knows you suck.
take it easy, sir. Sir, take it easy.
It's its own protest that you jerking us.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a phone call from a certain beaver tomorrow. I know that much. Now, you guys.
Hey, that beaver's still with us, okay?
He is. Now, okay, you chuck that thing in. It still has the same effect. You're not really. It's just a pinprick of light because of all that muck and debris. If it were clearer water, you'd have it
better
would
sight.
it would illuminate more of the volume of water, but it's just not able to. All right, let's go next in the order.
Emerald, you can manipulate light. You manipulate the light inside of it.
Emerald, it is your you, Sage, and the creature. They attack.
Emerald,
There's light inside of of this thing.
well, that's light going through everywhere because it's sunlight right now outside. The only thing is that all that muck inside of it is basically hiding its center. But if you can manipulate the light that's within that muck, so we can see like its shape, like kind of a reverse image, like almost like a photograph.
Emerald, what I'm doing is I threw flares into it. So there's flare inside of it, and there's only a little pinpoint of light. He's saying that if you can make that light brighter, we'll probably be able to see what the center is, and we can probably take it
Not
out.
brighter, but invert the what we're seeing, the spectrum we're seeing. So that way, the only thing that we can see is it, no matter how its shape is.
Okay.
And the thing is that I'm speculating that it's coming from beneath us, because that you captured it with the shield that you did, it would have destroyed the shield in order to create another one, and it didn't do that. It just created another one independently.
Okay. I'm going to ask the GM. You have a copy of my character, correct?
I should, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure what they're asking me. With the abilities that my Ben Light allows me to do, I'm not sure if that is something I can pull off. So if you get a moment. Okay, it does say I can separate color bands of light. I probably can. I'm pretty sure there's a way with my Ben Light I could probably try to attempt what they're talking about, but I don't know what aspect.
You don't have your character in front of you.
I do. I'm reading what I have. I'm just with what they're asking me to do. I'm not sure if that's what their ability will allow me to do.
Then I would suggest that you guys confer on what they're specifically meaning and whether or not it applies to anything that you can do, and then I can I can tell you.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put up what each of my Ben Light abilities can do, so you can see it, and then I can pick from which one that might work. Is that possible? Is that something
from what you just explained, Eric, it would be up to the Lou to decide whether or not your stunt would work. It would be. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah,
it would be a power stunt.
Well, the Ben Light only radiates about 70 watts of colored light, enough to light up a 15 by 15 room.
Right.
Okay, that's per level, right?
No.
It's just 15 by 15.
Correct.
Yes.
All right. So
the only thing I could probably try, and that would have to be a stunt, is the blank spot that I'm allowed to do to myself, where I can kind of become quasi invisible. Maybe I can use my Ben Light abilities to see if I can make the creature itself in an area have like a blank spot where we could see into it. That's the only idea. That have to be a power stunt.
Well,
all right,
I was going to say.
Go ahead.
I was going to suggest your separation of band. Do that first, right? So you can ascertain what bandwidth is within the creature, like within that mass, and then use your Ben Light to make it visible. Understand what I'm saying? It's almost like you're injecting a tracer into the bloodstream, so that way they can get a better Photoshop, X-ray, or whatever it is. The only thing is,
what am I trying to do exactly?
you're trying to separate the light band that you could do normally, right? And see what light is actually inside, because you could see that what's inside that creature. Even though there's a whole lot of muck, you can still see the spectrum. And then use your bent light. So
I hear what you're saying, but
but I don't think that would work that way, because if I was having issues seeing in the muck when I was in my light form using infrared and ultraviolet,
which is what
but you're going to use in all the other spectrums now.
No, but it wouldn't work inside of it because there's no existing light inside of it.
Right. Exactly. I would have to fly into it to become the existing light, and then I would have to brighten it up out.
Boom. And then you're subjecting yourself to almost complete darkness.
Right, which, hurts enough. I mean, something like that, it diminishes me, but it's not as bad as, like, say, Noctum's ability, because it's like a creature of sewage, but still, it's preventing me from being.
Well, that would be your call. I wouldn't ask you to do something like that.
So the only thing I could do is if do some flares in there, right? Is maybe try to see if I can use my bend light to intensify.
Hold on. I got an idea. Damn it. Twitch, can you identify a power cable that's strong enough in the area? Twitch.
The sewer is riddled with them.
Okay, but can you show me? Can you send me the spec to see which one I need to grab? Because what I'm thinking about, sending electricity through the thing, so that way there's a light source inside the thing that then Emerald can manipulate, so we can get a target.
No, so I'm gonna look. Is there a transformer down there?
It doesn't work that way. The putting a electrical wire, and we have an electrician here. If you put an electrical wire in water, does it create light anywhere in the water, or just at the source where the cable went into the water?
No, it's itself.
Electrician.
He's muted.
Bucky.
Electrician.
Hey, Bucky.
You're muted.
Asking you something, bro. You okay?
No, he's mad.
You're muted, Dwight.
No, he knows. He's mad.
Okay. We're asking you, the expert, if we were to do the stunt that you did with the main cable.
I can't say none. I'm stuck in fucking suspended animation. So
No, this is just for your expertise in electrical engineering and electrical. If anybody takes an electrical cable and puts it in water, does it create light anywhere outside of the sparks from the cable itself?
It'll be an arc flash.
Right, but it would only be at the point where you put the cable in the water.
Yeah, but that would be a whole source of power that's doing the arc flash. So
Wait. Let's ask the guy who knows what he's talking about.
So this is what happens when you go and so basically you have these sets of wires and a cable. It's like a cable and it has 3 insulated wires inside. So once you do it, it short circuits. So you're going to get an arc flash depending on the voltage.
Mm-hmm.
So if the voltage is over and if they got primary, so just make a guess, say if it's over 20,000 volts, it's going to be in an insane arc flash right there. But what happens is the substation is going to blow because they have fuses that protect everything. So it's going to blow the fuse. And
that would be where those where the power poles would be, shit like that.
You know how you drive by and you find like a little
like a bacon,
like a listen station that has all these fucking electrical grid systems in it, but it's a small one because it's like on a half an acre or an acre.
I know what you're talking about. We have a couple of those.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, it will blow the fuse from that because it's getting power from that. And then the voltage is higher going up. So it protects the system going up. So get ready.
Does anyone have electrical engineering?
I do.
Yes.
How long do we have for that arc flash?
It's
It's
saying it's going to be extremely hot.
it's instantaneous though, right?
Depending on the voltage, and that's something that Lou will have to explain.
But how long would the arc flash last? A couple of seconds, 10 seconds?
Nah. It's like it's an instantaneous, but anything near it, it's gonna get fucking crisp. Because if it's primaries, it's gonna really get super hot.
So you would say like 1 melee action. It would take.
No,
Yep.
that's 15.
Left.
That's 15 seconds. That's
No, 1 melee action.
Okay.
1. Not a melee.
okay.
It's a flash, like a flash
Yeah,
of light.
it's instant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in that instant, Emerald can use her abilities. That's what I'm getting at.
Put it like this: the only thing will be if the fuse takes longer for it to pop. But basically, when something like that, what you're talking about, it should pop because it's basically like taking all those 3 wires and touching them together once it hits water.
Gotcha.
All right, so I got
So-
a question then. So then, if we're just looking
with
for
your knowledge of electrical engineering, everything he said, you would know.
Yeah.
So another question is this: if we're just looking for a quick flash, I got flashbangs. Would that be the same thing if one of us killed?
No, not enough.
Well, okay, say that again because I'm not agreeing with Adolfo.
So the arc flash effect
Mhm.
that Adolfo is looking for, couldn't I get the same effect if I use a flashbang? That way, no one of us don't have to die.
No, the flashbangs are just a flash of light. They're not necessarily an arc of electricity. So yeah, they're different effects and not nearly as deadly. Potentially
And isn't
deadly.
this something that's already been done?
What with the grenades?
No, with the electrical line
Yes,
from within the sewer.
correct.
Oh, so the fuse is probably already blown and we can't do it anyway. Because
Yeah,
Bucky
but
did it earlier before we showed up. This is a redundancy.
There's always redundancies, but he did do it earlier.
Alright, so I still don't have the strength to pull fucking power cables out of the sewer. So if someone else has this ability, I'm gonna try to use the flashbang.
Okay, but that's on the next melee. So we're talking about Emerald, Sage, and the enemy has an attack. So let's start
okay.
with.
And when can I just have one thing I'm gonna do?
You can interrupt at any point, Mike.
All right, so I'm going to shadow step my full distance back in the direction I was coming from to begin with. So I'm going to end up shadow stepping behind it. What's my full distance here?
Okay.
Shadow step.
It would be at half because you're in the air and it's daylight. Unless I'm mistaken on how the shadow ability works.
It's just basically jumping into a shadow. There's no limitation as long as it's a shadow, at least 4 feet tall, feet long, and line of sight. I can jump to it. So that could be in an alley, that could be in a darkened room. If I can catch sight of it, that's really all I'm doing. I'm literally playing keep away with this thing until I can get fortune teller out of this area.
Okay.
So yeah, 270 feet.
All right. Well, here's how that resolves. Since you held your action and you were able to interrupt this before this melee resolved itself, before the last melee resolved, at the end of the last melee. So if this was a magic tournament, you would be doing an instant before the upkeep. Now,
I hate you.
realizing the situation, you take your flash, you take your shadow step, and he winks out. You guys see this in your varying vantage points. Once that happens, the thing was gearing up to do another water blast, but once he winks out, it literally just turns and looks around like an old kaiju movie. He's just like turning around and looking, and once he's out of sight, you guys get one action, and I will describe how it resolves its action because it was lower on the initiative chart. So Emerald, you go first.
So, the creature is about. It hasn't gotten to the same size.
No, it's about 30 to 35 feet.
Okay. I need to find a way to dump this other sewage.
Mm-hmm.
How far am I away from?
From the river, quite far.
Yeah.
You're about 2.5 avenues over.
Shit. All right.
And you can't move that force field, can you?
I can move the force
Okay.
field.
All right. I just want to make sure.
No, I can. Is there a big hole in the ground that it came up from? Like, is there a rupture in the?
Oh yeah, it tore up the street from almost the intersection of the original, and you're about an avenue over. So it tore up that entire street.
All right. My first action would be to dispose of it by basically moving that cube of sewage and just dumping it back where it came from, back into the sewer in that area.
Okay.
So I'll just have to come back. I'll just have to return it back to where it was. That's all.
Question: have the water levels dropped?
Hmm?
As the sewage, the water level dropped.
Yeah, that's why I said it never recovered its original height. But it will, because once Emerald dumps all that water in it, it starts pulling it towards it and immediately makes it essentially you just gave it a steroid injection to make my monster grow.
Pause.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Uh,
Because you dumped the water back in that trench. So in doing so, all you did was add more water so that whatever this thing is can pull it towards itself to grow. So you had the volume that it is at nearly 35 feet, plus the 45 feet worth of volume of liquid that you just dump back into the street. Now it doesn't automatically pull all of it instantly, but there's a sudden onrush as it's pulling that water from all that liquid from where you put it back.
okay. Wait, say that one more time.
So there's a trench that it was digging as it was tearing up the
Right.
street chasing Noctum from the
Right.
intersection, which is ground zero from where it came up. You said you were going to take that cube and move it back to that hole and just dump it in there because you didn't. It was too far to go to the river. So by doing that, once you dump all that liquid in,
It'll start growing.
it'll
again.
start growing again at a faster pace this time.
Okay,
Not
so I don't wanna do-
instantaneous, but
No, I don't want to do that.
you already declared that action.
I did. Yeah, fuck. God damn it.
Ah,
You can use a hero point to avoid
Okay.
that action.
All right, I'm going to use a hero point.
I will
And-
never make that suggestion to anybody again, just so we're clear.
so Noctum, did you bring?
I tend to forget that you have these in your game, so that's why I don't think about it.
Noctum, did you at least bring the agent, the chemical agent, or whatever it was that you were going to use?
And how long has all this been going on for me to have time
he
to gather
he
that?
definitely didn't have the time to do that.
No, exactly. That's why that would take way longer than we have at this time, even
So-
from when I was at the base.
I will say that these are things that us as players, we may not know, so that's why you're going to ask that question, but your characters are definitely going to know. If he showed up instantaneously and teleported and did what he did to save Fortune Teller, he did not bring enough of that material, potentially. Now, he could have pulled it into his void to ask that question, but no, he definitely did not in this venture. I don't even know why I said it. I apologize, Mike, for stealing your thunder there.
No, I already knew. Like, there wasn't enough time for me to gather that. Like, it's not like we have, hundreds of pounds of stuff just sitting around.
Right.
For this specific use. Like, we don't. That's not realistic.
Okay.
So, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to use the ephemeral strike.
Mm-hmm.
Ephemeral strike and see if it does anything to it.
Okay. Make a roll.
That would be at half my bonuses.
Either way, it's over a 5, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, because if I do damage, then it does make a difference, because that's a critical for me as well.
What is it? Your
That's
criticals
16,
begin at what?
Huh?
I thought that you don't factor into that with the ephemeral strike.
Oh yeah, you do. You factor everything. The only thing is just a quarter damage or whatever you do.
Gotcha. Okay.
And believe me, with being a critical, factors in a lot, because if I do enough damage and it does show some sign of it being affected.
Well, you did hit, so why are you wasting time talking about it? Just roll the damage.
All right, so
Okay, let's see.
no, sorry, that's not it.
So Emerald, seeing as how you were about to dump it, and the hero point allowed you to have that moment of clarity, like, wait, what am I doing? What are you doing?
Okay, I need to get this away from this. I need to get rid of the sewage somewhere.
Okay, but you moved it further in, so you're back. You moved the cube back to the intersection, so it's floating there.
No.
Yeah.
At quarter damage is 75 points.
Got you.
I'm just gonna have to take the time to I fly at what, 35 miles an hour. How fast would it take me to get to the river?
Less than about 15 seconds.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just burn my actions on this round to dump it in a location where
to dump it into the river.
Yeah, that it can't grow.
And you're a polluter too. Unbelievable.
No, well,
wow.
You know what? I will spend the money to fix to fix that, because I am all about
murderer, polluter.
That's not the ideal thing, but
all right. So
seriously, it's the Hudson River.
He's just like, I could just see it. Here's the reason why it resolves the way it does. Is I'm in my mind, Emerald's lack of combat prowess or combat experience. This is all factoring into some of the things that is happening. So you can bring it over. You're like, holy shit! What am I doing? I need to get rid of this, and then take it away. Yeah. Plus insanities, because you keep killing people. Why do you keep killing people? Now, okay, so Sage, you just Bankai. No, not getting it, by the way. And you strike it. There's a ripple effect that extends from the base where you hit it, and for just a second, it turns in that direction, but again, it's still specifically looking for Noctum. So you're at its base, hitting it, and all this you're just getting misted with sewage. And once you hit it, and that ripple effect goes through it, the whole thing just it desolidifies again into a liquid, and so you're just like, oh fuck.
While it solidifies, see if I can locate this thing now.
No. Do you know why? Because your whole face and your goggles, even though you're having a breather, it's covered in shit. Not literal shit, but for the most part,
about me?
shit. Now for
the thing is gonna pour down on me. I'm talking about the minute that it solidifies, I'm looking for it.
Oh yeah, okay. No, I got you. Because the way you made it sound like you just like, I'm standing here and looking through garbage. Yay.
No, fucking idiot.
All right, you can say whatever you want. I don't know that anyone else would disagree with me based on what you just described it. Now,
you know what?
For Twitch, once he does that and you're still looking, there's you don't see like if you're looking for like a person in the middle of that mass, that person doesn't appear. It's just the water, it turns back into a liquid and just flows down in a rain of shit that just goes in every direction, splashes up. You're on the ground, right?
Yeah.
So you just like splashes up to about your thighs as it just
That's
covers.
a lot of water.
It covers, yeah, it's a lot of water. As it covers cars, it covers people.
I don't see that. I don't see it, right?
No.
All right. Ick. I climb on top of a car.
Yeah, because it's pooled. And,
Yeah,
as it starts to drain away slowly, it
climb on
still
top of a
leaves
car.
so much garbage on the streets, and the smell is just obscenely bad.
You know what though? But I go to the edge of the crater, and I'm looking down, see if I can find it.
It's more a trench now, but all the water is collecting in that trench.
It's all collecting in that trench, and I don't see no movement or nothing.
No, just the water that's there.
Just the water.
Mm-hmm. And again,
so
it's so murky you can't see anything.
I'm gonna yell up to the sky, where the fuck is it?
I'm about to jump into that pool right now. Right dead center. Fuck it. Double strike, double handle strike right through the center.
Knocked him.
Keep going down.
You end up in the top floor of an empty loft apartment, just nestled in the corner where there's a very long, deep shadow from the two lights from the sunlight coming in from the windows. So if you're facing out the windows to your right and to your left, they're streaming in light. You're in that center piece where the shadow's longest.
All right. I call into the penthouse, to the medical wing, and I let them know to prep for countering a ultraviolet organic burn on Fortune Teller. He's going to be coming out on fire. And I tell the science lab to prep the tank of nitrogen that we have.
Okie doke.
Separated from the systems, because I might have to collect it.
All right.
And then after that, my next move will be to port back to the base, to the penthouse.
Understood. Everybody else, final thoughts.
I'm just making.
Go ahead.
I'm searching for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing else. I'm probably just, like I said, I'm going to just jump straight through the middle. Strike it as I come down.
Huh?
I want everyone to know that I told him to do that from the very fucking beginning. We could probably have avoided all of the literal shit if he would have just did that while it was still
If
incapacitated.
we didn't go to the police, this would have never happened.
Just saying.
Okay, first off, you're talking about me jumping into the water. Right now, the thing dissipated, and it's just a pool. I just don't know how deep it is. What you were asking me to do was actually jump in the depth of the water with no advantage. See the
Oh,
difference?
I know what you're talking about. Okay, so here's the thing, though. The trench that it carved along the it's basically a trench of sewage now, and it's slowly draining away because, and I say slowly because the cutoff valves were shut
by Noctum.
by Noctum. That's why it's not really moving.
But at least it's still there. So
Well,
if
the
it's
sewage is still there. I mean,
I don't know if it's trapped in that sewage right now, but that's the best we've got with as little water capacity that it's had since it started. So that's the difference between now and then. Then would have been a suicide mission.
It's still a ton of water, though.
Yeah, but it's a lot less than what it had access to.
Agreed. I do not dispute. I'm not disputing that, but it's still a ton of water.
Yes.
Still
I
a
get
ton of
that,
liquid.
but
So
Yes,
what
I
is
get
you,
that.
what are you
But
trying to
at
do
least at
though?
this
That's what I'm saying. Are you just gonna dive in and start stabbing the water, the liquid?
Well, no. I'm going to see if I could search it down first. But if nothing else, I mean, it obviously could go either way if it has mobility. And if it's part of the water, we really wouldn't notice with all the floating pieces that are there, right? So that gives it the advantage right now. However, striking it didn't affect. So if it's attached like that to the water, my guess is that even if I can't find it quickly, strike it again and see what type of other effect it may have. It may have no effect.
Right. Striking the water, striking the liquid the second time does not have any visual effect as it did in its water behemoth form. So it just looks like you're stabbing sewage.
Well, I wasn't going to jump in just yet. I was looking for it first to see if there's any sign.
No, I get it, but no, there are no visible signs of it. No, what do you call it? No movement.
And it's not coming anywhere else.
Nothing. Yeah, there's. You wait a good 30 seconds, minute, however long it takes you to realize that there's nothing more happening right now. Just a scene of garbage and muck and smells.
So we at least avoided more catastrophe than it could have caused. That's a good thing. I need a shower.
Oh wait. Oh, never mind.
Emerald, you're returning to the scene just after it desolidified or liquefied itself again. So you're just seeing Sage with his blades just like, where are you, fucker? ¿A dónde estás, cabrón? Pinche puto. Pinche puto water liquid guy.
For sure.
I mean, I'm not much better. I'm cussing out in Spanish too.
Yeah, he's just like, what the fuck? Because he's like hip deep in sewage.
Right.
And I'm like scanning the area trying to find it. Take time, but can I roll this? Can I roll to see if I can remember anything about those things? Because to be honest, out of character, I don't know them either.
You can, and then just look it up. But your knowledge is not going to be as specialized as say Sage would.
No,
be.
it's not going to be.
But
And I failed anyway.
At least let me find out what the fuck I'm dealing with. Let's
You used
find
them
out.
before, and I still don't know what the hell they are. I thought they were just elementals.
they're like,
I
Look at that. I actually got it right on the fucking mark, motherfucker. Yo, this fucking die roller is a piece of shit.
Again, it could
It's
be.
die roller. This die roller's a
It
fucking
has the characteristics of one, except on steroids.
That's fun. I mean, at least it gives us something. I mean, at least now I know that some of the things can work and some things may not work.
We need a street shaman.
The best way to deal with this is to actually freeze it, or desiccated to the point where it's completely dried out of any liquid. Like it just completely absorb all its moisture.
We need to street shame him.
Noctum, you perform your emergency port. You release Fortune Teller.
Smells like barbecue.
He is He's a little toasty. Fortune Teller, you are in a dark. You're in a dark space. There is light, but it's artificial, so it's not necessarily burning you as the sunlight did. But that was not a very pleasant experience.
And his clothes are now floating. Yeah, that's some bullshit.
That cream that you put on you after you burned yourself?
He didn't get a chance to put his clothes on.
No, he didn't.
He's running around.
And yeah, and
literally
his
I'm not
his
naked,
outfit,
bro.
his
I had a suit on.
We're kidding.
Okay.
Calm down.
We're just playing with you.
Look, he's not in the mood. Look at him.
Right now, his swang is swanging. It's gonna evaporate with
if
the
we were
flame.
sitting across the table, he would take his gun and probably like pistol whip me or something.
No, he'd shoot you first, just because you put him in that situation.
Everybody,
shoot.
hey man, everybody gets one. Now, your healing is going to take a little longer because of the sunlight. It's not necessarily hampered, but your abilities do take a hit when you get engulfed in sunlight. Now, Noctum is overseeing your care. They have their physicians trying to work on you. However, because he doesn't register as alive, they don't know what the hell's going on. They don't know how to treat him specifically.
I'm just gonna say, don't touch me. Just let me. I'll work it out myself. Let me be.
The staff there is extraordinarily on edge because of what he did, the day before.
No, actually,
I'm okay. I'm okay. Just let me be, and I'm gonna go to my room.
It's like, sir, you're
leave the smoke trail.
It's okay.
And I say, and when he says that, I look at all the stuff. I say,
your chief medical officer. He's looking at you like, do we let him go? I don't.
And I hold up both hands and I say, let him be. Fine.
Yeah, yes, sir. I was like, all right, everybody, just take a break.
Fortune teller walks by, Noctum just puts out that last ember.
Wow. Wow.
It's like, hold on.
I'm also giving him his space because, I don't know what kind of reaction he might have. Again.
Yeah, he might be that psychic blast again.
I'm gonna show up with marshmallows.
That's true. He just might look at you and be like,
wait, I can swear he's going Super Saiyan 4 right now.
all right, so I'm gonna end it here. And all right, that was interesting. So for Crimson Sage, Fortune Teller, Emerald Twitch, Noctum, I am DM Discretion. Thank you very much. I hope you had fun. I had fun. Yay.
Fuck you.